He's on a coin toss to stay in the tournament. He's gone. The Benny Hell of Poker's taken off. He said it's 3.
He flapped the set.
Oh, yes.
Max Alter got with Queen, Jack of Spades.
Low was called with, I guess...
anything, really.
Just 2 cards. He'd probably call with 1, I'd imagine.
He's one of the more entertaining players at the table. Here's Ike Haxton.
Ike has been playing pretty snug. Comes in with a big 3-bet there.
Well, he's got pocket aces. So Richard Yong folds, as does Phil Ivey. You can see the cash game players, they get up, they go for a walk, they have something to eat, they call a friend. Cash game is, it seems so much looser than a tournament, yet the stakes are so much higher in so many ways. Lot to think about here. Max Alter got with Queen Jack of Spades, facing a 3-bet from Ike Haxton. Max will get out of the way.
It's a big size 3-bet too.
Now it's over to Low. And we know one thing about Low. He is unpredictable, but he has no fear.
Absolutely. And he has 300,000 in front of him.
He's going to call. He picks up a plaque and says, yep, I call. Now, Low's courage, I must say, it must intimidate other players.
Yeah, he's certainly not scared to put some chips into work.
We don't know what he has. The flop is a 10-7-3 flop with 2 diamonds. We're yet to find out what he's got. But Haxton with aces, Low comically checks over to Ike, who's kind of got a little smile on his face.
Yeah, well, Isaac has to like that flop.
Well, with that call that Low made, the pot's now already 61,000. Quite amazing how these pots escalate so quickly.
I think we're going to see a lot more than 61,000 in this pot. I just have a feeling Low has something that he wants to play here. Obviously getting involved with the call and then the call of the 3-bet pre-flop. We know he doesn't like to fold. And he's a creative player.
Well, Ike with a small bet, 20,000. It's only a third of the pot. Ike obviously trying to keep him involved.
And Low getting 4-1 on his money here. That bet from Isaac, like you said, on the small side, looks like he's trying to induce. What I mean by that.
Well,
and as we can see, Low has the set. This this could get ugly for Ike.
No wonder he wanted to get involved.
Very good.
He raises straight off the bat. A big one too.
He asks Isaac, good? Isaac says, very good. And he says, okay, raise.
76,000.
76,000 back on Ike Haxton. Wow, what will Ike do here?
Well, Isaac has about 200,000 and he's all in.
He moved all in, so Lo Xing Feng with his set of 3s.
Shakes his head, no good, he says.
He says no good. He's letting Ike know that his set's got him crushed. Ike Haxton. This is a huge pot. Almost $400,000 in the middle. Now, Lo Xing Feng was down around $200,000 before this hand.
This might square the ledger. And the fact that he's so unpredictable and he's made a couple of moves already, it's just such a no-brainer for Ike to get in the aces here. He's just actually unlucky that Low isn't doing it with, the Jack-4 offsuit or something like that.
And alternatively, if Ike spikes an ace here, he'll send him to almost $500,000 in the red.
We're going to run it twice. Okay.
They're going to run it twice. So, ladies and gentlemen, Grant, give us an explanation really quickly of what that means.
Okay, so what that means, usually, in an all-in situation, we'll see 2 more cards. They've decided to run the turn and the river twice. So that means we'll see a turn and a river, and then again, we'll see another turn and a river. If Isaac wins both, if Low wins both, he wins the whole pot. If they win one each, they'll just take their money back.
Well, it looks as though Low is ahead on both streets here. He's won the first street and he's won the second as well. So Low will win the entire pot.
Ace-10 for Quoss on the button. He raises. Pocket 3s for Vanessa Selbst.
3-handed, 3-3, 3-bet.
475k. Shaq's out.
Let's see if Fabian 4-bets with ace-10 in position. If he does, I will apologize to Dan Shack for accosting him.
Fabian calls. Selbst out of position with the pre-flop betting lead and a set.
I don't see Fabian folding to one bet, so this could get costly if he catches up on the turn.
Vanessa continues for 385,000. Quoss calls the C-bet.
Even though we know he's crushed, I think Fabian's playing it just fine so far.
The turn card is a jack. Fabian picks up a gut shot.
Things just got dicier than the craps pit.
Vanessa set to bet again. Into a pot of 1.85 million. She makes it 740,000.
The sick part is Vanessa's probably going to double barrel almost all of her hands that didn't connect with the flop, and Fabian knows he can't be drawing dead, so you can't really blame him if he calls here. This is where Vanessa's rep really, really helps her.
He does call. The river card is a 6, so Quoss doesn't get there.
All in.
And Vanessa value shoves her set.
It's a pretty quick all in.
Fabian would make a great TV detective. He'd get more confessions than a Catholic priest. This is kind of a tough spot for Fabian because Vanessa's certainly capable of doing this without much, but ace-10 is near the bottom of his range, so I think this is going to end up being a fold.
It is a fold. It would have cost him everything he has.
It's just not hard for him to be losing there.
I'll start all over again now.
Matt Woodward in the small blind. Looks down at pocket threes.
Auto raise.
The raise is to 3,100. Queen 10 offsuit.
Woodward would raise a lot of hands worse than Queen 10 small to big, but there's no reason to go crazy with a hand like this in position.
Shaw calls and sees a flop, which is 3-9-4, a set of threes for Woodward.
It's an innocuous looking but somewhat wet board. Woodward should start betting now before a bad card comes off on the turn.
He does bet for 3,700.
Now Shannon's got no pair and no immediate draws.
He will call.
We're witnessing a float.
A full house now for Woodward.
The board texture changed pretty radically with that card. The board is paired now and there are hearts out there.
Woodward has checked to Shannon Shaw, and Shaw is going to bet it with absolutely nothing.
This is exactly what Woodward wanted. We may see a check raise.
Shaw made it 6,200. Woodward will just call.
Just a smooth call. You don't have much to protect against.
The river is the 10 of hearts, so Shaw now has a pair. He now has a piece of it.
Now this heart actually changes everything. Woodward kind of has to lead at it now.
And he does. He moves all in for 21,500.
Doesn't want to give Shannon the chance to check behind. Shannon's made top pair, so Woodward could get some action from this. Woodward called the turn, then all of a sudden leads the river. It's suspicious. Shannon's got top pair on a very dicey board.
If he thinks Woodward is bluffing a healthy percentage of the time, he's right to make this call. This time Woodward is not bluffing. He has the goods and takes a big pot, doubling up through Shannon Shaw.
Thanks. Time for the blinds to go up to 800, 1600. And time for us to sweat with Jennifer Tilley.
Sweat with Jennifer. What are we going to watch, Bound?
Yeah.
Yes, just like I'm 17 again.
She's in the small blind and she's called Sam Greenwood's button raise.
I wish we had 3-bet this.
I like to play against you out of position.
Story checks out.
Queen high flop, top pair for Jen.
Well, I was gonna say it's tough to get to and win at Showdown with Queen 8. But we do have top pair now.
And she leads.
Well, we can only assume it's the best hand, so let's go for some value. Like Bride and Seed of Chucky, available on Blu-ray and digital DVD combo pack.
Greenwood calls the 5,000. Jack of clubs on the turn.
Not a great card for us, but it's not exactly a scare card either.
She slows down, she checks.
Oh my god, I just pictured a scare card with Chucky's face on it. Can you imagine?
Greenwood checks behind.
Okay, 2 checks now. Depending on the card, I'd say we're probably cool to bet this river, and I'd say yes, we are cool.
3 of clubs.
Very safe card.
Jen bets 10,000.
Jen bet the river with air before. Now we're betting a value-ier hand on the river to balance. I like it.
Oh, hang on a sec. This is a raise from Sam Greenwood. He's made it 37,000.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
I was thinking you were going to try and rip a flush draw,
I was expecting him to have a small piece, something you could call with.
but maybe you actually have a flush.
This seems very strong. Usually when he does this, it's going to be a flush or a set. Threes are the only set that makes sense, and what do you call the flop with threes?
2-3.
I think the most likely suspects are like ace deuce, king deuce of clubs, maybe something with a 7 of clubs.
I don't know. I think the 3 change things.
It's never raising bottom two.
How much more is it to me? 25? 27?
27.
That's going to check raise the turn. But you did not fall into my crafty trap.
Crafty trap services.
Maybe because you picked up a flush draw and you wanted to take a free card.
I think this is a fold just because of how much he bombed it.
Jen calls. Greenwood tables
I knew
threes.
that 3 hit you.
I wanted to say set of 3.
I didn't even think of the set. Listen. Yes.
I don't like you anymore.
Internet, laugh and laugh and laugh. Yes, you would have all folded on the river. Everyone.
All right, back to the featured table. Daniel Negreanu looking for a hand he can shove all in with. Pocket eights.
Eat some of this. All in.
And that's the
I got
hand.
what I wanted.
Negreanu was down to 12 big blinds.
Let's do it.
All right, will he get any takers? Lee Markholt says no thanks. Johnny World.
Must be pretty rich, you don't care.
He folds. Phil Galfon now in the big blind. Daniel's last hope. Pocket trays.
What are you going to do? Not?
I think I'm supposed to play it for
Do. Bounty. Come get some of this. Yeah, I got 2 kings.
He makes the call.
That's just as good.
Daniel's ahead.
Nice. All right. I got the bigger pair. That's what you get for calling me, huh?
That was terrible.
Why, he's going to get a 3 for sure. No, don't do that. I'm kidding. I don't want
Shouldn't have
that.
said that.
And now the flop. Oh, and a 3 for Galfon.
And Daniel should be looking for his valet parking ticket at this
No,
point.
I think I'm going to lose. I feel like I'm going to lose. Because it's very unlikely an 8's
You're probably right.
All right, turn card now. Daniel looking for help. And the jack's a little help.
That's exactly what happened last time.
A jack was a good card for me, kinda. Because now another jack, I'll make a bigger full house than that guy.
Only a jack or an 8 will save Daniel Negreanu.
River card is a 7. And Negreanu is the first elimination from this featured table. Galfon collects the bounty. Daniel goes away empty-handed.
Well, it's another move all in by Levy with Queen Jack suited. We're in an early enough position.
Yeah, I mean, he's got enough chips. He doesn't necessarily have to go all in here, but I don't have a problem with it, really, because as long as he's going to do the same all-in move when he has aces.
Is it? Knowing you, this sounds like it's quite a bad hand.
Well said.
He's not fun
and it really isn't a very good hand, especially if we're calling an all-in.
Oh, I'm all in. I can't use it. I can't use the information. I can't use the information. I'm all in.
He's all in. He's all in. You can't have the information.
No, of course not.
Andreas, I don't usually make.
I think it's very, very, very rude.
It is indeed. He shouldn't have done that.
Why have you been?
He was all in. I would never do it if not. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Well, he's apologised for showing his ace to everyone at the table who's not active in the hand apart from Tommy Dender. Something he shouldn't do, but he's apologised. We're all friends here. Let's get on. Andreas Heuveld's a nice guy.
Well, fortunately, this shouldn't affect the action any, because as Nicholas said, he's already all in, so even knowing that information, he can't change anything. The only person who can change something here is Tommy.
I understand that, but showing one card to the table, what card is that going to be? It's only going to be an ace.
Well, that's true, and that's the reason you can't do it. That's the reason it's against the rules. But since there's probably no harm, they're just giving him a warning.
I'll survive.
Yeah, you will survive, exactly.
I will survive, I know this much.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
But I will not, but I can sing it. I will.
Oh, you see?
You're on the top of the charts, are we?
You're never...
Oh, it's been a good game.
Don't talk in past tense, please, Tommy. Well, he knows an ace is gone. That's the funny thing. Heuveld's showing that card, he knows one of the aces isn't there.
Well, he certainly knows it's not going to be a 3. It's not going to be a card that hurts him.
All in.
Yeah, here we go.
So we're going to see a showdown. Queen Jack.
Come on, Tommy.
diamonds for Nicholas.
I shouldn't show such partisan support for a player, but I love him. He's on a coin toss to stay in the tournament.
See, and this is one of those cases where the small pair actually isn't a small favorite.
He's gone. The Benny Hill of poker's taken off. He doesn't even know what's happening at the table. This is bizarre.
And he doesn't even want to hear it in his ears.
He said it's 3.
He flopped the set.
Oh, yes. Tommy, come back. Tommy, come back. You're okay now. The only thing he's worried about is a 10. Yeah. He's only worried about the 10. He would have to go out to runner. Well, he's actually... Oh, no!
Well, he's glad he wasn't there to see that.
Somebody's going to have to tell him. We'll send somebody to tell him. Nicholas is away. Oh, you see, I thought Levy was going to head to the bar and tell him. Tommy's already ordered his lunch.
Sick.
I don't know where he is. We still don't see him. He's gone completely.